I wonder this about my own kids. I don't think my kids have ever been, and my kids train a lot all day, every day, it feels like. But I don't think that my oldest son that just turned 8, I don't think he's ever been to the pain cave. I think the closest thing he's been to is when they have to run sprints in tennis. It's their line sprints. They're like back and forth. You touch a line and it's a short distance away. Then you come back. Then it's a little further. You come back. And sometimes they do those with the whole class. So it's a race. Mm-hmm. And it's probably, it takes 20 seconds to run one of those. And the most they've ever run in a row is 3. Yeah. Do you remember the first time you went to like a place where, and little kids get pretty dramatic. They'll be like, I can't breathe, or shit like that. Yeah. Do you remember the first time you started flirting with the pain cave?
Oh, yeah. I think so. The first time I can remember, it was.
By the way, this has never been talked about in the history of the world, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, no, it never has.
No one's ever talked about the first time kids have gone to a pain cave. That's why you listen to this podcast. We're here with Devin Kim. Okay.
It was the Open. I want to say it was my very first Open that I qualified for the games, because I remember.
So that's good for me to hear. So years went by before you really go there.
Oh, no. That was the one time I remember.
Okay.
But okay. That was the first time I remember. I remember when I was like a kid, like doing it when I was like 8 or 9. I can't remember any of that. Like, that's been a long time, Sevan. Right. But I definitely know that when I was like 10 or 11, I went there because that was the very first time I ever threw up.
Oh,
in a workout.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a Saturday. I remember it was a Saturday morning because it was like, I never do morning classes. Like back then I never did morning classes unless it was a Saturday 9 a.m. So I remember it was a Saturday 9 a.m. class, and I've never thrown up in a workout before. This was before like any games or anything. So I knew I was young. I was probably like 10, 11, 12. And I remember it was after the workout. It was like running, wall balls, pull-ups, and something else. And it ended on a run. And I went outside and vomited after. And I was like young. I've never thrown up in a workout before. So that was the first time that I can like remember like throwing up and like going to that place. But mentally, there's still this one workout that like screwed me up. And I remember exactly which one it was. It was the Open workout where it was dumbbell snatches and burpee box jump overs. And I think it was just that. It was one of the Opens. I can't remember which event it was.
And you were young when you did that also. Okay.
Yeah, it was my first Open that qualified me for the CrossFit Games.
So you were 14.
Yeah, I was 14.
That was the year you took 7th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the year I took 7th that games, I remember doing that workout, and I went unbroken because my dad told me, he's like, Devin, you're going to go unbroken on all these dumbbell snatches. And I was like, I think our weight was only 20. It wasn't 30. But like for me, I was like 50 dumbbell snatches at the end of a workout to like go unbroken. Okay. So I remember doing that, and I was just like, I shut my brain off. I think that last 40, 15, 50, 15, like my eyes were shut the entire time. I did not know where I was, but my dad just kept telling me to go, go, go. And I just shut my mind off and just went. And at the end of that workout, I jumped over my last box jump and I tumbled on the ground. My head almost hit the rig that was right behind me. It was a fun thing to see.
Your dad must have been so proud when you threw up. So proud.
He was like, at least you went unbroken. And I was like, that's all that mattered.
I actually, it's not, thank you, Kat. Thank you. Sevan, brilliant teacher. Thank you. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. I stroked the ego. I do remember one time, actually, that's not fair. About a year ago, I had he was 7 at the time, had a bunch of friends over, mm-hmm. and I had them do 100 burpees for time. And Avi did it in 440. And he didn't look so good. For a few minutes.
Yeah, that 100 burpees will definitely get somebody. The Open workout where it was the burpee to a touch, that's not fun.
So